Hey, Eric with you. Thanks for joining me. I think one of the toughest, the hardest things as a parent is seeing your child in pain, in physical pain. Gosh, I think back of my kids. My kids are a little older now, but still, it happens. We were skiing in January, and my son injured his knee. And again, as a parent, seeing your child in physical pain. Uh, it's just heartbreaking. I can think of so many times when my kids were younger too, when they fall off their bikes or just a random accident in the house. And again, it is just heartbreaking, so difficult to watch that as a parent. And unfortunately, there are a lot of children in pain these days, and that pain is associated with being overweight. In the last 30 years, childhood obesity has increased by 50%. So the number of kids that are overweight now and obese is increasing very, very rapidly. And I don't think we think of this a lot of times with kids being obese and overweight, but there is a lot of pain associated with that also. Children are having a lot of pain due to their excess weight. And I just have a couple numbers here that highlight that point. Children that are overweight when they're walking, when they're just taking normal steps, are putting 2 to 3 times more of their body weight on their hips and knees. You think of those little kids, those young children, or even teenagers whose bones are still maturing. The integrity of the joint has not been completed yet, but yet that excess weight is putting more and more duress on those particular areas. Going downstairs, children that are overweight or obese are putting 5 to 6 times more of their body weight on their hips and knees. And of course, a lot of children that are overweight and obese unfortunately grow up to be obese and overweight. And for every 10 pounds of excess weight, the prevalence, the chance of getting osteoarthritis is increased by 40%. So these kids, again, who are overweight and obese at such a young age, are their future, just speaking of their skeletal system, their joints, is really, really bleak. And again, I think these numbers really can show you how that happens over time, repetitively, starting at such a young age. People that are overweight too, children that are overweight or obese, report back pain 6 times more than a child that is not overweight or obese. And if you look at this also just from a nutritional standpoint, children that are eating poorly, have poor diets, they're most likely not getting a lot of the nutrients that are also important for the integrity of bones and joints. So not only are they stressing these bones and joints more and more, but they're not getting the necessary supplements that increase the strength. So it's like a double whammy. They're wearing down these joints, and the joints have no way of sustaining this type of pressure, again, especially over a long period of time, from a little kid as they get older into those teenage years. So just wanted to bring this to your attention. Again, I don't think a lot of times we think of children in pain. We see they're overweight, so immediately we think of diet and nutrition, but boy, there is another factor. That pain factor is very, very prevalent in children who are overweight and obese. On the good side, on the positive side, so much of this can be prevented with just what a child is eating. But this, again, just really, really highlights the importance from another standpoint, from a pain standpoint, of having our children eat more and more healthy, or else problems are going to start, and at a very young age, they can start experiencing these types of pains. So if you could please send this to as many parents as you know. I'm just trying to do as much as I can to get more and more information out that will help parents in terms of providing maybe a healthier diet, increasing the activity with their children. So if you can please pass this on, I really appreciate it. If you can like the video, that would also help. And if you like this content, I'm really trying to get as much information and education as I can to help children for their health and their wellness. You can subscribe and follow me. That I would really appreciate that also. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.